Hello and welcome back. I'm Andrew Keeping and I've got a continuation from my previous tutorial on improvising, how to combine chords and melody at the same time. So you're improvising a combination of chords and melody. And last video I did was in the key of C major. Now I want to move it on so that we can quickly use the techniques and the methodology that we used in the C major tutorial and move it into G major. Now, G major has the additional sharp in it of F sharp. So we go up, the G major scale would be G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, the leading note, going back to G. So let's just play that in first position. So we've got G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp and G. Now, the chords we used in the previous tutorial were the chords, diatonic chords of C major. So that was a turnaround progression using the chords of C major, A minor, D minor and G7. Now, if that's 1, 6, 2 and 5 diatonic chords. Okay, go back and have a look at that video if you need a refresher on that. But we're going to use the same chord sequences, but we're using it in the key of G major. So the diatonic chords of G major would be G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor, and F sharp diminished. So our chord combination was 1, 6, 2, and 5. In G major, therefore, that would be 1 would be G major, 6 would be E minor, 2 would be A minor, and then chord 5 would be the D chord. So we're going to make that a D7th because it leads on nicely back to G. That's our perfect cadence. D7 to G. I'll do a video on cadences at a later stage, but let's just play those chords. So we've got G major, E minor, A minor, D7. Check out my tutorial on turnaround progressions to give you a bit of an idea of how that all works. But in the meantime, let's just take those chords. Using the same technique as before, I'm using the notes of G major, coming down G, F sharp, E, D, C, B, A, and G. But I'm going to put the G major chord over the top of that. So up and down, E minor, nice open chord, A minor to D7. Now the important thing here is you can lift fingers off that are part of the chord, because so long as they work with the key that we're in, that's absolutely fine. Put them back down again. Add our extra notes in the right hand. You can even start trying 2 notes at the same time. So now, let's just do our little exercises straight up and down using these chords. So G major, E minor, A minor, D7, back to G. Now this is a suspension I've just used there. I've held notes on. A suspension is where you hold a note from a previous harmony over the next one, and those suspensions, beautiful suspension there. So, and you resolve it so you come off the note into the key note or the note related to the chord. So really great techniques here, some lovely effects that we're able to create. And the more you practice playing up and down those scales, keep that steady tempo. Don't deviate from your 4 beats in a bar. Keep it very steady, always maintaining that the bass note is on the first beat of the bar. If you want to put another bass note on another beat of the bar, that's fine, but just make sure your first beat of the bar is always with the thumb on that root note. I'm going to give you a bit of an example of how I would play around with this idea, just using these chords. Going on all day, couldn't you? It's really relaxing when you start to get a feel for it. And actually, one of the most rewarding things of all of this is you're creating your very own world premieres every single time you pick up that guitar and you play it. Good luck with that, persevere with it, and I look forward to seeing you next time.